James L. Massey.
This interview is taking place on May 6, 2026. I'm here with Jim, our veteran, and I'm the interviewer, Ethan Rin. Okay. All right, Jim. Where were you born?
I was born in San Diego, California.
Okay. When you went to the military, were you drafted or did you volunteer?
I signed up a day after I graduated from high school.
What pushed you to join?
I joined the United States Navy.
What was the reason for you to join?
My dad was in the Marine Corps. He wanted me to go in the Marine Corps. And I didn't want to go in the Marine Corps, so I joined the Navy.
Okay. How did you get to your initial point of entry?
Can you say that again?
How did you get to your initial point of entry?
I went to boot camp in San Diego, California.
What type of training did you do?
Basic training at that time.
Was there any hardships in your service?
Oh, quite a bit.
If you feel uncomfortable in stating them, you don't have to. But if
I understand.
Do you have any experiences you can share about your time?
Some while I was in Vietnam.
Okay. When did you? How long was your service in Vietnam?
I did 3 tours, 1965 through 1967.
What was your most vivid memory of your time training or in school?
Say that again?
What was your most vivid memory of your time training or in school? What was the best part or what was the worst part?
The best part was coming home, and the worst part was being there and after putting up with a captain that was not up and up on my ship.
What or who did you leave behind when you left to serve? Like family, pets?
I left my mother and my younger brother, Sean Christopher Massey, behind when I went into the Navy.
What was their reaction to you joining the military?
My mother expected it.
Were they emotional at all?
My dad was. He kicked me out of the house.
Oh. What was the best part of your whole career?
Getting out.
Does any particular instructor stand out in your mind?
Say again?
Does any instructor stand out in your mind who influences you?
Not really.
Okay. What was your first assignment after basic training?
I was stationed on a destroyer.
Did you receive any specialized training?
I was trained to become a bosun mate.
Do you recall your instructors?
No, not this time.
Okay. What type of equipment were you training with?
Maintenance and upkeep of the ships.
What was the hardest part of training?
Long hours, especially watch at sea. That was usually 12 hours to 16 hours a day.
What do you think the hardest part of the military lifestyle was for you to adapt?
It wasn't hard for me at all, as I was raised by my dad, and I spent a lot of time at Camp Pendleton with the Marine Corps under my dad's supervision.
What was your dad's position in the military?
He was a top kick in enlisted. He was a master gunnery sergeant.
Okay. How do you think your combat experience changed you?
Having to see the reality of war.
How are you able to stay touched with your family and friends?
Through letters.
How every so often would you get these letters?
Maybe once a month or twice a month.
What was your favorite thing doing on the boat for fun?
Shooting a 50 caliber machine guns.
What was the best part of your service experience?
Being allowed not to get into too much trouble when I got shore leave, Long Beach at the time.
Did you return home?
Yes, my last duty station was the USS Enterprise, CVN 65.
How did you readjust to civilian life?
It was hard coming from the military to civilian life to get back into finding a job and being more secure. Both my parents were deceased at that time.
Did you ever go back to school to get your education?
Yes, I went to college and I went on the GI Bill until it ran out.
Did you continue with any friends after your service?
What was the question again?
Did you ever reach out to any of your friends in your military service?
No.
How did service affect the way you relate to others?
What was that again?
How did service affect the way you relate to others?
I have more discipline, and it's hard to deal with people who are undisciplined.
Do you ever attend reunions?
No.
How did your military service experiences affect your life?
It changed my whole way of thinking as far as discipline and bearing. To this day, I still do a 2-hour security check on my house every 2 hours.
Is there anything you would like to add that we have not covered in this interview?
Yeah, some of the officers in the Navy should be better disciplined, and I don't believe the gays should be allowed in any military service.
The final question. What message would you like to leave for future generations who will view or hear this interview?
I believe it's my personal opinion that if you go into this service, you come out much better and you're more disciplined, and you can make better judgments as far as your career and your future.
Okay, thank you so much, Jim. It was amazing learning about your story and how disciplined you are. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to interview you.
You're very welcome, Ethan. Glad to do it for you.
All right, thank you so much, Jim. All right,
You're welcome.
have a good night.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye.